I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope you are enjoying this process of preparing yourself for Unit 3 Quadratic Functions test. We have passed midway. This is question number 8 out of the set of 15 questions. We have already learned what is finite difference, how to get equation, and how to use quadratic equations in different ways to find vertex, x-intercepts, y-intercepts, how to graph a function, and also how to write equation from the graph. And now we are exploring different forms of quadratic functions. Here we have calculate the vertex of parabola y equals to 2x minus 5 times 3 minus x. Does it represent a maximum or minimum? Explain your answer. So, this is question number 8, right in the middle of our test. And the answer is similar to where we are. We have the equation y equals to 2x minus 5 times 3 minus x. Now, vertex is at axis of symmetry, and axis of symmetry is right there in the center of two x-intercepts, right? So where are the x-intercepts? So let's find x-intercepts for this. X-intercepts are when y is 0. So that means 0 equals to 2x minus 5 times 3 minus x. Now this is going to be 0 if 2x minus 5 equals to 0 or 3 minus x equals to 0, correct? So this is 0 at x equals to 5 over 2, and this factor is 0 at x equals to 3, correct? 3 minus 3 is 0. So we got two zeros. Now when we have two zeros, axis of symmetry is right in the center. So the mean value, which is axis of symmetry, is at x equals to, add them, divide by 2. So we'll do 5 over 2 plus 3 divide by 2, correct? So this could be written as 5 over 2 plus 6 over 2 over 2, right? So that gives you axis of symmetry. 5 plus 6 is 11, and 2 is a common denominator. Divide by 2 will give us 11 over 4, right? So half of 11 over 2 is 11 over 4. So we get our axis of symmetry, that is the x value. So calculate the vertex means not only the x value, also the y value, right? So to get the y value, we have to substitute this in our equation. So we get y equals to 2 times 11 over 4 minus 5 times 3 minus 11 over 4. Now these questions are taken so that you really do a lot of polynomial calculations and practice what you learn in chapter 2, right? So here we get 11 over 2, right? Let me write 11 over 2 minus 5 times 3 minus 11 over 4. Now you can, so you get 2 as common factor here, and 11 minus 10, and the other one is 4, the common factor. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 11, right? So these are your two factors which need to be multiplied. So 11 minus 10 is half. And here you have 12 minus 11, which is 1 over 4, right? And so you get a value which is 1 over 8. That gives you the vertex. So the vertex is at 11 over 4, the x value, and 1 over 8, the y value. So that is the vertex for the given equation. Now the second part of this equation is, does it represent maximum or a minimum? So we've done the calculation part, and let's do the next two. How do you know whether it's maximum or minimum? In this case, as you can see, if you multiply 2x and minus x, what do you get? It's kind of tricky. So we have kind of switched the terms. As you can see very clearly, when you multiply these two terms, you actually get minus 2x squared. You see that? Minus 2x squared. Minus 2x squared means that the parabola will open downwards like this. And so the vertex right there represents a maximum. Do you see that? It represents a maximum. Do you see that? So the reason here is you have to explain your answer. So the reason is that when you expand, right? Let me expand it for you. Y equals to, when you multiply 2x with 3, you get 6x. Then 2x with minus x, you get minus 2x squared. And then minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. and minus 5 times minus x is plus 5x, right? So rearrange, you get minus 2x squared and plus 5x and plus 6x, which is plus 11x, and then a constant, which is minus 15. Now in this, you observe that the leading coefficient is minus 2. Do you see that? Leading coefficient is minus 2. Since leading coefficient is negative, right? Parabola opens down. So we have a maximum. Do you see that? That is the reason for maximum. So we have a maximum at the vertex since leading coefficient is negative and parabola opens downwards. Correct? So that is how you get this. And from this formula, you can check your vertex point. Vertex is at minus b by 2a. So I'd like you to check that also. Plug in minus b by 2a. That means minus of 11 divided by minus 2 times. Minus 11 times 4. You get this value of 11 over 4. So that also confirms that our answer is right. So we have checked it in all different ways. I hope that helps you to understand this equation in many different ways. Remember, we switched this. Do you see that? So it could be tricky. You may think it is positive. It is not. It is minus 2x squared. Okay? So that is how you need to answer this tricky question. Thank you and all the best.